Okay, rounds. So hopefully you watched your video where we where I told you about the directions for this homework assignment, okay? You're not actually having to solve them on your own. All you're doing is watching me solve them, okay? You're watching me go through each of the problems here to show you how to go through them, how to solve them with whatever you may be struggling with. Just watch. So write it down, but you don't have to do them on your own, okay? Now, there are 2 videos because it'll be a little bit longer than it will let me upload by itself, okay? First one here. I'm going to zoom in so it's a little bigger and clearer. Darnell's team scored 40 points at the game. Darnell scored 15 of the team's points. How many points did Darnell score? Okay, I think my camera's a bit dirty here. Sorry, y'all. See if that helps, maybe? Okay, so we want to know how many he scored, what part of the total points that he scored. So we want to know the part. It gave me the percent, and it gave me the whole amount. It said the whole team scored 40. So when I look at my strip diagram here, okay, 100% of the points is 40. 40 represents 100% of the points that the whole team scored. So right here, what I'm going to be looking at is 15%. Well, 15 is a whole lot closer to 0 than it is to 100%. Okay, so 15% goes right up there. And what we want to know is the number that goes right here. This bottom row is points. Okay, and this is my percent strip diagram. Okay, so we go over to our part over whole equals percent over 100. Okay, we know that the 100 always goes here. Okay, but we want to know where the other ones go. Okay, if we're looking at the percent that he scored 15 points. Now, we don't know what number he scored. We don't know the number that represents the 15% there. Not 15 points, I'm sorry. Okay, but we do know that 100% of the team's points, the whole total score, is 40 points. Okay, now, if I wasn't sure about that, I could turn it this way and say, look, X over 40 equals 15 over 100. X over 40 equals 15 over 100. Now we just go right over here and solve it. I'm going to cross, multiply, and divide. So, 15 times 40. Okay, 0. Now go to 4. 4 times 5 is 20. Carry the 2. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 2 is 6. Let's cross multiply, but I have to divide now by the other number left. So I'm going to divide by 100. So 600 divided by 100 is 6. Darnell got 6 points. Okay. There we go. Next one here. Rayneel saves 30% of every paycheck. His paycheck last week was $560. How much did he save? All right. Well, I know the percent. What I want to know now is that 560, is that the part that he saved or is that the whole check? Those are the 2 things I have to choose between. Let's see. His paycheck was $560. That means that's the whole amount. I want to know what part of that money did he save. Okay? So when I look at my strip diagram, 100% of the paycheck is $560. 30% will go right... Oh, I'm on the wrong one. Sorry, $560. 30% will go right about there. Oh, sorry. Should go right there on the bottom. I'm sorry. Try to erase those marks. Okay. What I want to know is what number is 30% of 560. Okay, what number is 30% there? All right, so what I would look at is my percent proportion. I'm going to zoom out just a bit so we can see both. Okay, I know my 100 always goes here. Now, the part that he saved is what we don't know. So part over whole equals percent over 100. We do not know the part yet. But we do know the whole 100% of his check is $560. Okay, the amount saved, that means that whole top row is the amount saved, and the bottom row is the total earned. Okay, A-R-N-E-D, sorry. Now, the part saved was 30% over 100%. So that means he saved 30 out of every $100. If he earned $560, how much did he save? Okay, so again, we would cross multiply and divide. So I multiply the two that are at a diagonal from each other. Now, sometimes scale factors work, but 30 doesn't go into 100 evenly, and 100 doesn't go into 560 evenly. So in this case, it doesn't work. I mean, it would, but it wouldn't be nice numbers. Okay, so I'm going to multiply 560 times 30. So I have a 0. Now 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 6 is 18, and I carry the 1. 3 times 5 is 15, plus 1 is 16. So that's $16,800. I'm not done. He did not save $16,800. I have to divide by that 100. So remember, when I divide by 100, I really can just take that decimal and move it 2 places to the left. So he saves $168. Okay? All right, next. Alexander, this one's a little easier, correctly answered 44 out of 50 questions on his geography test. What percent of the questions did he answer correctly? Well, that helps us in the beginning because it already says what percent. Okay? So we want to know what percent. So 100% of that test is 50 problems. Now, he correctly answered 44 of them. Okay, and I want to know what percent that was. Oh, I'm off the screen, I'm sorry. Okay, we answered 44 out of 50. So, part over whole equals percent over 100. Okay, so 44 out of 50 questions equals what percent out of 100? Okay, so I'm zoomed in close so you can see it clearly. Now, I can look at the relationship here. I could cross multiply and divide, but really I'm going to do this. 50 times 2 is 100, so 44 times 2 is 88. He got 88% correct. Okay, be sure and watch the other video too for the second half of the problems, and there's a little surprise in there too for you.